right, let's see. I just want to get on here and hit a couple points. Well, more than a couple, really. Um, these kind of all came, I guess you could say, as downloads or whatever you want to call them, all at one time. But I felt like I needed to speak on this, so that's what I'm gonna do. Disclaimer: I am nobody's guru. I am nobody's um advisor. I speak from my own experiences, so I don't give a fuck about your right or wrongs. I don't give a fuck about your validations, and I damn sure don't give a fuck about what you think of me. I do cuss a lot, so if you that love and light delusional motherfucker, get the fuck off my life. I don't care. Um, Everything that I say, like I said, comes from my experience, comes from the things that I know for myself. So telling me I'm right or wrong ain't gonna really do shit for me. Um, just sit and listen if you choose to do that. But anyways, I just want to talk about the overall point is what the title says, the power is you. Like, a lot of us, we give our power away to certain things. A lot of us, we think these tools that we use, the herbs, the candles, the sage, just all that other shit that's outside of us, we think those are the things that give us power. When you are the conduit, those are just tools. Um, so I'm gonna go on my first point. Know that you are limitless and can't be put in a box. So a lot of us like to put ourselves in a box. So for instance, we'll call ourselves spiritualists, we'll call ourselves warriors, we'll call ourselves shamans, light workers, all that shit. Stop putting yourself in a box, because the universe, God, whatever you want to say or whatever you want to deem as the creator or whatever, that shit, it picks up on that type of frequency. So if you put yourself in a box, the environment around you is going to manipulate itself to accustom to what you think. So start thinking a little bit higher for yourself. Like, we are limitless beings on this earth. We are not supposed to be put in a box. If you're a shaman, if you a spiritualist, all that shit, drop those labels, bro. Cause you could do so much more than that. I'm not just a shaman, a spiritualist, a magician, practitioner, all that. I'm not just those things. I'm a plethora of other things. I evolve. I don't stay the same. I never stay the same. So just be limitless. Let things flow. If in this time and space, in this frequency right now, you feel like you a spiritualist, okay, cool, but don't label yourself as that. Know that you can evolve, you can change at any point, at any time, because we are not always spiritualists 24/7, 100%, every day, all day. Like, you have a life, you do other things, you are other things. So stop putting yourself in a box. It's so annoying. Like, it's annoying as fuck, because I see so much in other people, but they don't see it in themselves based off of the labels that they put themselves in. A lot of y'all are, again, goes back to from our last live, goes to this live. A lot of y'all are influenced. Y'all want to be shamans, spiritualists, and all that when you're supposed to be being warriors. Y'all want to be spiritualists and magic practitioners when you're supposed to be something else. Like, it's just, stop being influenced by social media and everybody around you. Listen to you. What is going on with you? A point I want to make too, to segue off of that, to further my point, your tools don't mean shit. You are the power. So all this shit that I got on, I just put on my stuff today just to prove a point. Like, I got this on, I got these on, I got this on for protect, all types of shit. None of that shit means nothing. This is aesthetics. Aesthetics. That's all it is aesthetics. None of that shit means nothing. What goes on in here in my spirit is what's where the power is. You get what I'm saying? Like, stop thinking that you gotta lock your hair, attach your body, wear this, wear that. You are the power. You alone. You. A lot of y'all place y'all power in different entities, ancestors, all of that. And I'm gonna make a point about that shit too, especially on the ancestor aspect. But a lot of y'all place y'all's power in these entities that y'all worship. And in reality, y'all just traded Christianity in for another religion. You still don't see the essence of you. Even Christians, as fucking delusional as they are, like, even in the Bible, it said from Jesus or whatever, even in the Bible, he said that the kingdom of heaven is within you. It's Christ consciousness. And a lot of y'all, that shit gonna go over y'all head. But he was just trying to show y'all and show us whatever, what we could be, what we are, and who we truly are. Stop worshiping outside of yourself. Y'all done initiate. A lot of y'all are supposed to be worshiping yourself and paying attention to yourself, but y'all done initiated into these religions. Y'all done initiated into these practices and all that shit, and giving your power away to other entities. Entities and gods and goddesses and all that shit are just concepts of us, personified. That's all it is. That's all it is. When you see these entities, it's still a reflection of you. If they stand before you and whatever they got on, whatever they dressed in, all that, it's a reflection of you. You're looking at yourself. And y'all missing a point with that shit. And it pisses me off. I get riled up about that shit because, again, y'all just traded in Christianity for another form of shackled religion. And y'all don't even know it. That's where becoming self-aware is important. Y'all give y'all power away in hopes of gaining gifts and gaining this and gaining that when it's already fucking in you. You just gotta awaken it. You gotta explore yourself and sit with yourself enough and long enough to really deal with yourself and to really understand what you got going on with you. Understand your power. Because these gods and goddesses, these entities, they do feed off of us. They do envy us. It is not like the movies. There ain't no fairy godmother that's going to come down and grant your every wish and all that shit. Because if it is one that does that, I can guarantee you it's damn near a entity that is sucking the life out of you. You so mesmerized by the theatrics of bullshit and everything, the theatrics of what the spiritual world can offer, and that's what's fucking y'all up. It's a trap. Another trap that you done fell in. And these entities, these gods and goddesses, these spirits, all this shit, whatever you want to call it, they know it. Simply because you don't know self and you're not self-aware. My next point. When you are exploring yourself, when you are figuring things out for yourself, exploring your power and everything. Let me go back. I'm moving too fast. I got all day. All right, so check this out. Back to the power in you. What y'all got to understand is that once y'all awaken to certain things, once y'all see certain things, once y'all are aware of certain things, it is your responsibility to continue that. Instead of placing everything on the external like you did when you had the mundane thinking and before you woke. I hate that fucking word. But before you did all of that and before you came into that, there was power in you. Once you awaken, you're aware of your power and everything. You are not supposed to give it away to everything and anything that is outside of you just because it looks glamorous like the movies or it makes you feel good or you're going to get certain gifts and everything. Like y'all ain't, especially with these entities that trick y'all into thinking that y'all going to get something or y'all worship y'all subscribe to these religions or y'all subscribe or include yourself in these practices and everything just to gain certain things. Like, you are the worst of the worst, motherfuckers. Like, it's real easy to influence you niggas. Spirits and entities can have a ball with your ass because they see that you just desire. Where did I make that point at? Let me see. Where that shit at? Exactly, that's what I want. Lead with your spirit instead of and not what you desire to have. That's the point I was trying to make. Lead with your spirit and not what you desire to have. So what I mean by that is, this is how the trap is set up. Instead of leading with what is called what is calling your spirit, what your true spirit, when you know your true spirit, your essence, not your mundane desires, your true spirit and your essence, when that is being called, lead with that. That's where you go with that. And even then, you have to be careful because certain entities and certain things can call you to trap you. You have to use discernment. When you really tapped in, because most of y'all motherfuckers is not tapped in. Y'all think y'all, it's just based off of the aesthetics. And that's how I know y'all niggas not tapped in. But when you lead with your spirit and you are able to use great discernment, use it from your spirit or whatever. Excuse me for the stutter and everything, because that shit is trying to come out all at once. But you then know. It's just a knowing. Not a guessing, not a, oh, I desire this, so this gotta be for me. It's a knowing. When you lead with what you desire based off of mundane principles, you're easily trapped. Y'all ain't never heard of the quote. I know everybody named mama done seen Black Panther. And I know everybody named mama done seen or done heard the song All of the Stars from Kendrick Lamar from that movie. In one of his verses, he says, how does it go? Something about present a man with a gift, and that's how you know who you dealing with. So that's how most of these motherfucking entities and these and ancestors too, that don't have no good for you or aren't trying to serve your highest good, just trying to serve themselves based off of your dumbass desire to want to worship something or want to be a part of something or want to be powerful because you think external power is what's gonna make you powerful. Damn, y'all killed me with that. But you easily tricked. It's just that simple. Some of y'all are delusional than a motherfucker. Y'all are not as powerful as y'all think y'all are because your power is straight up based on everything external. Like, I don't get that. I got these crystals on my wrist. I got my protection. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit. I got protection oil on. Tattoos on my face of certain symbols and numbers. It don't mean shit. It don't mean a damn thing because what's in me is where the power is. Now, how I do it, how I live my life through in my spirituality and shit. Everything that you see on me is a reflection of what's in me. I understand that. So when I tap my face with these symbols, when I wear this shit, when I tap my body with certain things, it's a reflection of what's in me, not what's external to me. I'm not putting symbols on my body to make myself more powerful. I'm not putting this shit on to make myself more powerful. I'm not using candle magic and tools and all of that shit to make myself more powerful. I'm already that. That's what you got to understand. My next point, y'all motherfuckers that think ancestor worship is just the biggest, broadest, best thing in the world and shit. Let me tell you something about your punk ass ancestors. And I don't give a fuck about what nobody says. I don't give a fuck about what nobody feels. Just hear me and listen. Step out of your ego, step out of your hurt ass feelings and listen. When it comes to this ancestor shit, what y'all got to understand is that y'all ancestors were people too before they left this earth and transitioned and became ancestors. So that means that they had mundane principles just like you had, meaning they had bullshit going on with them and personality traits, characteristics, the way that they move, certain morals and shit that were fucked up. You cannot worship all of your ancestors. And I don't even like saying that worship. That word just irked me, bro. You cannot worship and venerate and honor all of your ancestors because all of your ancestors don't mean good for you. They never meant good when they was here on this fucking earth. Some of y'all ancestors were those bitch ass niggas that told on other slaves and shit. Some of y'all ancestors was the one ready to be master's pet and shit. Some of y'all ancestors were killing us and helping, you know what I'm saying, the enemy kill us. But y'all want to worship and honor and venerate and all that shit, all of the ancestors. No, you deal with the ones that you feel called to. First of all, first and foremost, most of y'all don't even build a relationship with y'all ancestors. That's why y'all don't know who the fuck y'all really fucking with. If you sit down and build a relationship instead of asking and giving and asking and giving all the time, you truly don't know who you fucking with. Most of y'all, I mean, let me take it to a place where it can get real for y'all. Forgive me if I trigger anybody, but y'all know how, you know what I'm saying, in certain black families and certain families, period, y'all got uncles who will try to touch and molest on little kids and shit in y'all family. They die and become ancestors. So you could be honoring them based off of not building a relationship or not truly understanding what the fuck you doing. That's too deep for y'all. Anyways, stop stepping outside of yourself so much. It's okay to honor your ancestors. It's okay to, you know what I'm saying, give offering. It's okay to commune with them because they are here to help you. Some are here to help you. Your spirit guides are here to help you and everything. But what y'all got to understand is that not every entity, not everything that stands in your house, not everything that you see is here to help you. Things, because of the power you have in you, when you have a lack of understanding of the power that you have in you, it's very easy to manipulate you when it comes to these entities and these spirits and these gods and goddesses. Y'all don't understand that the power in you and the essence in you, just becoming a human, is power within itself. Some of y'all were contracted to come here. But y'all don't get that. And your lack of understanding, your lack of awareness is what's going to fuck you up. Because right this very moment, you could be getting fed off of just because of your lack of awareness. Y'all go to these ceremonies, y'all do this, all these traditions and everything based off of what? Because if you some of y'all really were honest with yourselves, y'all just want to be a part of something. Y'all just want to feel like y'all a part of something. Like gang members. Basically, it's no different. Y'all want that safety, that false sense of security, and want to be a part of something. But a lot of y'all have a problem with standing alone and being alone. And that's why a lot of people emphasize that you don't fuck with this spiritual shit until you're healed. Because you can fuck yourself up. Your desire to have someone around you all the time will lead into you just trying to be a part of everything and anything when it comes to this spiritual shit, and you will fuck your life up and yourself up and your bloodline up. This shit is deeper than just candle magic and manifesting whatever mundane bullshit that you want on this earth in this existence. It's way deeper than that. None of y'all will ever touch that depth. Or some of y'all will never touch that depth. Next point. This whole thing with spirit this and spirit that. That shit is so loosely thrown around, it's fucking annoying. Because what this person calls spirit and what this person calls spirit might be two different fucking things. But everybody keeps saying spirit this, spirit that, as if it's something outside of you. Even your ancestors, even your ancestors, because I know that's sensitive for a lot of y'all motherfuckers. Even your ancestors are still a part of you. They're in your DNA. I think for somebody like help me out with this, but I think we only use, if I'm not mistaken, like 13% of our DNA in our life or something like that. That means the rest of that shit is past DNA. Dormant DNA, ancestral DNA, God DNA. You get where I'm going with this? We only use 13% of our DNA, operating 13% of our DNA. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the number. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I think we only use 13% of our DNA. So that means the rest of that shit is some crazy powerful shit. But going back to the spirit thing, like stop with this whole spirit. I think the amount of DNA you access differs based on your conscious perception. Exactly. That's 100%. And that just comes with being self-aware. That comes with just paying attention to you. That's all it is. That's all it is. You will be able to access so much more if you are aware of self and can really hone in on you instead of jumping to this tradition, jumping to this practice, subscribing to this entity, worshiping this god or goddess. If you just pay attention to you, a lot of the shit that you could really access or want to access or want to awaken and shit, you could do it. But your focus has to shift back to you. Boy. Meaning that the DNA strands you access may change based on what you need. You on point with it, boy. You are on point with it. But going back to the spirit thing, like spirit for you might be different from spirit for somebody else. You have to be careful with that. That shit is too loose. It's like praying to the universe. Do you know how much is in the fucking universe? How many fucked up entities, how many fucked up dimensions, how many fucked up frequencies, how many fucked up gods and goddesses that don't, because it is trickster gods and goddesses. It is motherfuckers who don't mean well for you. It's not like the fucking movies. Like, that's too broad of a thing to be saying. The English language in itself is a fucked up ass language. It's a low frequency ass language. That's why they take away our languages and we speak what they... We ain't going there, but you know what I'm saying. The English language in itself is a low frequency language. So just the word spirit is too broad. You gotta be more specific on certain things. You gotta know what it is you truly channeling, what it is you truly fucking with. And that just simply comes from understanding self. Once you understand self and you are rooted and grounded within self, you can then cultivate your discernment. Because you'll feel and you'll understand that, okay, this don't feel right. This don't feel too good. I don't really know what this is. Let me explore. Let me see what this is. Oh, that's what that is. Like, just it'll come to you. But a lot of y'all want instant gratification. That's another thing too. That's why these entities and these situations, these frequencies, y'all want instant gratification so bad based off of your mundane existence. You are a spirit having a human experience. We are here to learn. Well, I'll take that back because that's too broad too. Some of us were contracted here. Some of us, you know what I'm saying, we know what's up with ourselves. We know that we ain't trying to save the world or anything like that. We just help like-minded people. We help people on our frequency, our people. Because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. There's duality in that. Some people say spirit and not show that bloodline. Say that because you don't know the spirit. That's what I mean. That second part of what you just said, that's what I mean. When you don't know what it is you truly calling on a fucking with, you just going based, the people just going based off of what everybody else is saying, spirit this, spirit that, and they think that, oh, okay, that's okay because all these spiritualists are saying that shit. Nah, you don't know what they tapping into. That's why you got to understand self. You got to, and that goes deeper than just the hotep ass niggas that, god damn, I hate you motherfucking hotep ass niggas. That goes way deeper than that shit. It goes deeper than Egypt. It goes deeper than slavery. It's broader than that. Way broader. And that's what y'all got to understand. As above, so below. You know how broad the universe is. That shit is within you. Like, it's not hard. It's not hard. We just gotta become more aware of ourselves. We gotta change our perception on certain things. Y'all got to stop being scared to be alone when you feel something. I don't care how many people agree with this shit. I'm thankful for the ones that agree and understand, because that means that I'm on your frequency, you on my frequency, we understanding each other. But I don't care about that shit. I don't mind being alone in this shit, in the shit that I know, in the shit that I experience. Again, I speak from my own experience. I don't give a fuck about what y'all think y'all know. I speak from my own experience. I do enough work on myself, as far as self-work and shadow work and everything, to really understand the perception of myself that I had versus the perception of myself that I need, versus actually being self-aware. Because a lot of y'all lie to yourselves with this spiritual shit. And this is a point that I didn't write down, but it's a point that I'm going to segue to. A lot of y'all use spirituality to build y'all's ego. A lot of y'all use spirituality to build whatever was broken in y'all mundane sense of living. And that's why y'all can't get nowhere with the magic that y'all do, with the manifestations that y'all try to bring into fruition, with everything that you think you know. You can't get nowhere with it. Because it's the reason why you're using it isn't pure. The reason why you're using it isn't valid. The reason why you're using it doesn't qualify you to become more. But that's a whole nother video. I can go in on that big time. What's my next point? My next point, you find out how powerful you are through your experience. Because I know y'all going to hit my DMs talking about how do I know if I'm powerful, all that shit. You find out how powerful you are through your experience. Everything that I know, everything that I feel, everything that I work with, everything that I practice is just experience. That's all it is. That's all it is. Sometimes you can't go off of word of mouth of this spiritualist. Sometimes you can't go off of word of mouth of this book or whatever. You got to go off your own experience and what's going on in your own soul. And that brings me to one of the biggest points in this live right now. Trusting your damn self. Y'all don't trust yourselves, which is why y'all subscribe to practices, religions, entities, gods and goddesses, fuck with all types of shit that's really fucking your life up, but you think is helping you. All types of shit. Because you don't trust yourself. You put your trust in your tools, and that's why it don't work for you as well as it should. You don't trust in yourself to understand that you are powerful and you are the conduit to these tools that you're using and these entities that you subscribe to. You're not going to get nowhere. A lot of y'all who subscribe to these spiritualists and everything too, who read these books and all that, what y'all got to understand is that there's not going to always be something in a book that's going to teach you how to do things when it comes to this spiritual shit. You have to hone in on your own experiences, your own internal compass. And what I mean by that is, where is spirit directing you? And when I say spirit, I mean your spirit, you. Not no sky daddy, not no entities outside of you, none of that shit. You. Where is your spirit? Where is self leading you? What calls to self? Because a lot of y'all ignore that. That's why y'all can't tap into shit. The blueprint is right in front of your fucking face. It's looking you in the fucking mirror. But y'all can't see past what everything around you is saying, what everything external to you is saying. Y'all trust too much in the external. And that's okay. That's cool. You only going to get to a certain level if you grow at all. When you trust in yourself and you trust in your own power, shit will start to happen. You will see things for what it truly is. Mundane and spiritual. What's my next point? Okay, so a lot of y'all, we watch these spiritualists on Instagram. We watch these spiritualists, and I'm only saying spiritual. I don't like the label spiritualist. I'm only labeling it just, know what I'm saying, to help y'all pinpoint the audience that I'm talking about or the people that I'm talking about. But we watch these spiritualists on Instagram. We listen to these spiritualists on YouTube and all this shit. We listen to everything and anything outside of us when it comes to other people. And then we go and regurgitate info instead of actually knowing the info. Experience is what's going to get you where you want to get to. Stop being pussy and being scared to walk through the dark of this shit and experience your shit before thinking that you know some shit based off of what another motherfucker said. Based off of what another motherfucker wrote in the book. Y'all swear up and down, just because it's on a page and a piece of paper and it has an author and the label and all that shit, that's just the end all be all. Y'all might as well stick to Christianity because y'all stick to the Bible like that. Again, I don't give a fuck how nobody feel. If I offend anybody, get the fuck off my live. This is my domain. This gonna be a good one. To my love and light workers and all these motherfuckers who think that it's just supposed to be bright days and sunny sunshine all the fucking time. You niggas is not gonna get too far. You really not. The ones who scared to get gritty and dirty. The ones who scared to actually work with some demons and shit. The ones who scared to actually fuck with some shit that'll really get you results. But you got to know what you're doing. That comes from experience. That comes from discernment and trusting yourself. That comes from knowing, letting your internal compass lead you instead of your mundane senses and shit. But this love and light shit gotta stop. Like, there's duality in everything. There's two sides of the spectrum in everything. In everything. Everybody wants to deal with this love and light shit because they think that feeling good and being happy all the time is what it's supposed to be. Nigga, you're a spirit. Even the gods and goddesses that y'all put on a pedestal and subscribe to, they are not always love and light. You're not gonna tell me all these gods and goddesses is love and light. Have y'all met the Loa? Do y'all know about Greek gods and goddesses? Do y'all know about Norse mythology, things outside of African things? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a broader perspective on certain things. And even then, we all know the Greeks. We all know Norse mythology and all this shit. It comes from, you know what I'm saying, African shit. And this shit, we all know that shit. But even then, that's a label. That's a trap. But we ain't gonna go there because that might be a real sensitive topic. When y'all figure out that just being black don't gain you no entitlement, just being black don't really mean shit, like. But that's a whole nother video. I'm gonna go in on that. I might go in on that shit tonight. Cause I'm feeling real warrior-like today. What the fuck was I saying? Find out how powerful you are through experience. Oh, regurgitating info versus actually knowing and shit. So, a lot of things we subscribe to external to us. The ones who do subscribe to things external to us, we think that these books that people write is the end all be all. We think that these people outside of us is the end all be all, and these practices is the end all be all. What y'all gonna see and what y'all gonna find out is when all this shit ends, when all this shit come to a close, when certain shit start to really fucking happen, and not that mundane sense of shit that you think is gonna happen. When real shit start to happen, real spiritual warfare, all this, you'll understand that love and light shit don't really do nothing for you. Like, just think about it in a mundane sense. The Haitian Revolution. Niggas had to get down, gritty, and dirty. Niggas had to really call and tap in on some shit. They had to really be a certain way. Ruthless. Killers. lopping heads off like it wasn't shit. Some of y'all loving light workers would not have survived that. Some of y'all loving light workers would not have survived slavery. Some of y'all would have chose to be slaves because you too pussy to do anything else. You too scared of your own fucking shadow. So anything dark outside of you, you ain't fucking with. Y'all niggas who run from, oh, that's negative energy. I don't want to fuck with that. You pussy. It's duality in everything. You're supposed to learn it. Learning self, you're supposed to know how to sit in this negative energy, transmute it for your highest good, and then go about your shit. But y'all too busy loving like this, loving like that. That's so limiting. That's limiting. You put yourself in a box. You limit your own abilities. That's why most of y'all can't get nowhere. Y'all got it's not nothing is blocking you. Ain't nobody putting no hexes on you. Ain't no entities fucking with you. Ain't shit latched onto you. And you ain't on certain frequency. Your ass just have mental perceptions of who you think you are. And that's what puts your ass in a box. Because you can't perceive anything outside of you. Because anything that you don't know, anything dealing with the unknown is too scary for you. And you don't want to try to perceive that. I'm getting hot. Y'all too scared of the unknown. A lot of y'all loving light workers. Y'all scared of the unknown. Y'all scared of what y'all haven't tapped in yet. Y'all scared of what feels heavy, what feels dark. Darkness came out of light. Have you seen the galaxy? Have you seen the world around you? As above, so below. Leave this earth and tell me what you see. Just Google that shit. It's darkness all around this motherfucker. What y'all gotta understand is that light comes out of darkness. And what I mean by that is you have to sometimes go into darkness to really understand certain things, to really hone in on certain things. That's what the fuck shadow work is. That's why they call it that. You deal with your darkness. You deal with your shadow. And in those shadows, yeah, it's fucked up. It's heavy. It's hard to deal with. But you take those things and you transmute them. You heal those things and then you step out. You gain a certain sense of knowledge. You gain a certain sense of enlightenment, a certain sense of understanding of self, the light. And you integrate the two. Stop working so much and wanting to work so much in light. Fuck with some of this dark shit for once. Some of y'all are warriors, but y'all don't even know it. Because y'all too fucking timid. Based off of what you see around you. These loving white workers. These motherfuckers who carry crystals everywhere. These motherfuckers who just push positivity. There's a spectrum to everything. There's duality to everything. You're not going to always 24/7 be positive and love and light. I tell people this all the time. If you don't listen to shit else I say, the only thing that you got to pay attention to is nature. Nature is the best fucking teacher. When a motherfucking lion rips out a gazelle's throat, got blood all over their face and everything, don't nobody bat an eye. That's normal. It's duality to everything. But we put so much on ourselves and everything. We don't think that we're supposed to be living like nature and accustomed to nature and everything. Everything in nature that happens ain't good and loving. Like, have you seen a lion devour a gazelle? Have you seen crocodiles and shit devour their prey? It's very brutal, fucked up, and dark. Animals eating babies and all types of shit. But y'all think that anything outside of you, like I said, as above, so below. When it comes to the spiritual shit, nature is the best teacher. Nature is the best guide. I'm not saying you got to live like that, because I'm damn sure not telling people to go murder motherfuckers. Don't do that. I'm not telling people to go do none of that fucked up ass shit. But there has to be some type of understanding that darkness is present. Darkness is supposed to be present. Darkness ain't bad. But I'm tired of this topic. I need to move on, is what they're telling me. When it comes to your magic, after you understand truly who you are, make sure you're not just doing shit. You have to lead with, you have to have intention with everything that you do, and your own intention. Your own intention. Everything that I got on, everything that I tatted myself with, was intention. Not because I saw somebody else have it on and, oh, okay, they're a powerful spiritualist, I need to get that. Let me put it on and let me wear it. You don't get nowhere with that. I promise you don't. Because we still, a lot of times, a lot of y'all motherfuckers are very delusional. Y'all really don't understand that y'all just focus on the aesthetics of things. That's the reason why y'all build y'all altars. That's the reason why y'all do candle magic. That's the reason why y'all wear all these crystals and dashikis and all that bullshit. That's the reason why y'all have all these oils on and attach yourselves with certain symbols and things that y'all don't even truly understand for the aesthetics. There's no intention behind it. There's no understanding behind it. Because if you truly understood what you were doing, a lot of the times y'all wouldn't even fuck with no crystals. Y'all wouldn't fuck with certain shit. Y'all wouldn't even, because you got to understand frequencies and energies and things of that nature. Intention doesn't come from a place that is external. It always comes from within. Intention. Stop just doing shit. Stop just subscribing to shit because you want to be a part of something. Stop trying to make yourself feel better with spirituality and do the fucking work. That's another thing too. Do the fucking shadow work. Heal the shit. Stop doing all this magic and all of that before you ever touch what's really inside of you. Whatever darkness and whatever unhealed wounds and trauma that you have inside of you. Because anything that you work with, it's going to pick up on that. It's going to amplify that. That's why they tell people not to fuck with this shit if you truly not healed. Because it's going to amplify. Sometimes it'll amplify in your energy, in your emotions. Sometimes it'll amplify in your actions. It'll amplify and manifest certain people and certain things in your life. It'll place you on a frequency to be fucked with certain entities. That's why a lot of y'all see certain things in y'all rooms. Y'all feel certain things around you. It ain't nothing but a reflection of self. Certain things are amplified because you're on that certain frequency. For example, let me bring it to a certain understanding for y'all. In this mundane world, when water sits, it gets nasty. Full of bugs, all types of shit. When it just sits and it doesn't flow. Think about that like your trauma and your pain. So when nasty ass water sits and everything, certain creatures, certain bugs, certain animals come and they sit and dwell in that because that's what they like. That nasty ass, bullshit ass water. Think about that as frequency and energy. So when you're unhealed, that's that nasty water that you haven't cleaned, that you haven't touched. So entities see that. Certain demons, gods, goddesses see that and like, oh, okay, let me go over there. I can sit in that environment. I can thrive in that environment. Y'all know the concept of feeling sad and feeling fucked up and feeling depressed and certain entities feeding off of that is because of the frequency, the environment. They thrive in that. fuck.